Biden's blurry view. The former president saying he isn't surprised Kamala Harris lost the election. Watch.
I wasn't surprised because they went the route of the sexist route, the whole route. I mean, this is a woman, she's this, she's that. I mean, it really, I've never seen quite as successful and a consistent campaign undercutting the notion that a woman couldn't lead the country and a woman of mixed race.
Okay, so Biden blaming sexism and racism. Got it. Therefore, he thinks he would have won.
Do you think you would have beat him?
Yeah, he still got 7 million fewer votes.
Yes.
There you go, okay? A lot of people didn't show up, number one. Number two, they're very close in those toss-up states. It was it wasn't a slam dunk.
But, Joe, she only had 100 days. That's what they say. Wasn't that the problem? Apparently not.
There were still 6 full months. She was in every aspect, every decision I made, every decision we made. And I don't think, I hope I didn't sound the wrong way.
I think you might have, Joe. And that brings up the decline. But then First Lady Jill Biden is there to step in.
I mean, he'd get up, he'd put in a full day, and then at night I'd be in bed, you know, reading my book, and he was still on the phone, reading his briefings, working with staff. I mean, it was nonstop.
All right, right, because there's absolutely nothing to see here.
I'll lay you 8-5 if when that election started, I told you we were going to get any of that done. None of you would have thought it happened. Yeah. Not because negative. I mean, it was, anyway, as they say in Southern, we've done pretty good.
Right. So, that was great.
What was great? What was that clapping? What was said? I need a translation. And I have the Ruthless Podcast team, Josh Holmes, Comfortably Smug, John Ashbrook, and Michael Duncan to serve as translators. Holmes, you look prepared. Can you translate the last bit there from Biden?
Well, I think Johnny has got a pretty good take off the top, and we'll jump off from there.
Yeah, Will, I think you have to ask yourself, why is it that his people are putting him out there? Is it simply for proof of life, or are they trying to rehab the guy's image? And in every person's life, there's a transition from rehab to palliative care, and I really think now is the time for Joe Biden to go into palliative care.
My God. But it's so funny because he'll sit there. Joe Biden will sit there and he'll be like, Kamala Harris, the most qualified nominee in history, lover, fantastic. Also, I would have won. You know?
It's unbelievable.
Did he say, Duncan, did he say she's the most qualified candidate in history? That's Tim Walz, jazz hands Tim Walz, if I remember correctly, that said she's the most qualified candidate in history. But I will say, I mean, he did blame the loss on sexism and the fact that she's mixed race, which, Smug, I'm just trying to remember, like, I honestly don't remember. Let's just stick with gender. I don't even remember it being an issue whatsoever.
I mean, it clearly isn't. I mean, we had Barack Obama become elected president, so that is not an issue for the American people. Trying to say that the American people are too racist, too sexist to elect an idiot doesn't work as an argument. And when he says it's sexist, I remember I was trying to think back. Were there any ads that talked about gender? There was a very effective one. It was Kamala Harris is for they, them. Trump is for you.
Yes.
So Trump was clearly the advocate for women. That's
the irony of that whole argument is that is the pro-women position. I mean, this guy is out of his mind. I mean, look, could you tell how hard the hamster was trying to get the wheel around in the head on that situation? I mean, it was working overtime.
Yeah,
and Dr. Jill, the good doctor, had to step in.
Yeah.
But Holmes, I mean, really, we need to step back for a moment. Like, that man was president and might have been again, but for a horrible debate performance wherein the Democratic Party had to come to Jesus and said, I guess Kamala Harris is better. But that man was going to run for and possibly serve again as president under those conditions.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most jaw-dropping part about this entire interview is that he's sitting there like Robert De Niro in Awakenings, just with his mouth open, complete blank face, while his wife is talking about what a hard worker he is. Like, is this a eulogy? I mean, this guy was president 120 days ago. This is not like we just resurrected some sort of Mount Rushmore from the past. I mean, this is somebody who has actually had finger close to button at some point in the recent history.
This calendar year.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable.
It also we'll leave it here. I'll let Duncan jump into the last point, but this story about the media covering him up actually shouldn't. Sometimes I'm like, oh, is that story getting old? And have we banged that drum? That story is one of the biggest scandals of the last 50 years.
100%.
Yes. Yeah, it's an incredible disservice what The View did to their own viewers, the Democrats who make up that party. They didn't ask any of the hard questions. They let Jill Biden filibuster the whole thing as Joe is sitting right there next to her.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And if the Democratic Party is actually going to have a moment where they have a soul-searching thing where they figure out what's wrong with their party, they got to ask hard questions. There's a reason why their viewership is down. And shows like The Will Cain Show are up. And it's because you have the hard conversations with real people and they refuse to do it.
Well, instead they got Whoopi going, that was great. Whatever that stumbling, bumbling, that was great. All right, Comfortably Smug, Josh Holmes, Michael Duncan, John Ashbrook. Check them out at the Ruthless Variety program. You'll be very entertained and informed. Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.